Thank you for calling Greyhound's Customer Assistance Center. Para español, oprimo número 8 ahora. If you're calling about a ticket refund, please press 1. If you're calling about lost, delayed, or damaged baggage, please press 2. If you're calling about fare and schedule information, please press 3. For all other assistance, please press 4.
Pressing 4.
Please hold while we transfer your call.
Thanks for calling Greyhound Customer Service. My name is Miss Hill. How may I help you?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
My name is Miss Hill.
Miss Hill, hi, my name is Dan. How you doing this afternoon?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good, good. Hopefully your weather's a little better than mine. We're fogged in pretty good. In any case, here's the situation. I'm in Everett, Washington, and I'm trying to get to St. Louis, Missouri. And I've got a service dog. He's properly trained and everything, and I need him for my disability. And I'm trying to figure out what Greyhound's policy is so that I can have a smooth transaction and just go to the station, pay for my fare, get on a bus, and get to Missouri. So
you want to know the policy for what, sir?
for getting on the bus with my service animal.
Your service animal, it must be a service, it must be certified, it must have your paperwork to prove that the animal is a service dog.
Okay. I don't have any paperwork at all for him. So if I have to have paperwork to get on the Greyhound, I'm going to have to go create that and find it somewhere. What kind of paperwork do you think I need?
Sir, the dog has to be certified to be a service dog. If it's not really a service dog, it's not going to be allowed. You're not going to be allowed to bring a dog.
Well, no, ma'am. I am disabled, and he is my well-trained service dog. I mean,
okay, sir. All service dogs are certified.
Well, mine's not, because I looked at the Washington state law. I looked at the Washington state law. He's been my service dog. He completed his training over 3 years ago. He's been my service dog ever since.
Sir,
and I've never had to have paperwork.
He has to be certified, sir. You have to have paperwork on that.
Okay. I looked at Washington state law and I looked at the ADA law, and there's no requirement there that I have certified papers certifying him.
Well, Greyhound policy, sir, you have to have the documentations and certifications stating that that dog is a service dog, else you're not going to be allowed to bring him upon the bus.
Oh, okay. So it's not about my state law or about the ADA law. It's about Greyhound policy.
No, sir. It's the policy. That dog has to be certified. So if you don't have the proper documentation for it, you're not going to be allowed to bring him up upon the bus. Okay,
I got you. Because I talked to a paralegal. Her name is I mix her name up every time, but it's Doris. I think Cervellin or. Anyway, I talked to her. She's not an attorney. She's a paralegal, and she told me that I didn't need any type of certification under the Washington state law or the ADA. But I guess that's where I was mistaken. So it's not a matter of the law. It's Greyhound policy is what I need it for then.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That totally clears it up. So it's not about the law at all.
Sir.
It's about Greyhound policy.
No,
okay.
Sir. No, sir.
Okay, I got it now. Thanks for helping me out with clarifying that. So in order, well, yeah, I mean, he's been my service dog for 3 years. He's properly trained. I've never had to have any type of paperwork for him. He just is my service dog. But in order to comply with Greyhound policy, because I really need to get on the bus in Everett and make it to Missouri. I'll pay for my seat. I'll pay for another seat for him too if I had to, but I just need to get on the bus in Everett, Washington, and make it to Missouri. So in order to do that, in order to comply with Greyhound policy, because, as far as I know, I'm in compliance with the law, but in order to comply with Greyhound policy, what kind of paperwork do you suggest I go get my hands on to be able to get on the bus without any issues?
He must be certified stating that he's your service dog.
Okay. Do you know where I can get that type of paperwork? Because I've never had to have it before.
No, sir. Normally people call in, they already have it.
Oh.
They're just trying to double check. We never have to just tell them exactly what kind.
Gotcha. Does Greyhound have any type of particular form or anything you want me to fill out or bring to somebody?
No, we don't have a form.
You don't have
We don't have forms for you to fill out for the dogs, no.
All right.
The dog has to be certified.
Okay, so regardless of what that paralegal told me, I got to go by Greyhound policy and go come up with some sort of certification.
If you would like to ride the bus, yes, sir.
Okay, and there's absolutely no way I can get on the bus without it, huh?
They're not going to allow you to bring a dog aboard.
Okay. All right. Oh, shoot. Do you know what time it is there?
Time it is where, sir?
Where you're at?
Central time, sir. It's 2:43.
43. Okay. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out how many minutes past the hour it is because I'm keeping an eye on the clock here. So, all right. And it was Mrs. Hall, right?
My name is Miss Hill, H-I-L-L, Hill.
Oh, sorry, Hill. All right, Miss Hill. I appreciate your help, and I really got to get on that bus and get to Missouri. So I'll comply with Greyhound policy, even though I'm complying with the law. I'll go figure out what I got to do to get some certification papers for him. I appreciate your assistance, and I wish you and yours a Merry Christmas coming up on us.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thanks for calling her. I have one for day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Thank you for calling Greyhound's Customer Assistance Center. Para español, oprimo número 8 ahora. If you're calling about a ticket refund, please press 1. If you're calling about lost, delayed, or damaged baggage, please press 2. If you're calling about fare and schedule information, please press 3. For all other assistance, please press 4.
I'm pressing 4.
Please hold while we transfer your call.
Thank you for calling Greyhound Customer Service. Is Marcos talking to help you?
Hi, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Is Marcos?
Montos?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. My name's Dan. That's an interesting name. I like it.
Oh, thank you.
So, how you doing today?
Good. How about yourself?
Good. So, oh shoot, do you have the time?
2:32.
2:32. Okay. So we got time. Good. In any case, I'm in Everett, Washington, and I'm trying to get to St. Louis, Missouri on Greyhound. And I've got a service animal. His name's Diesel. He's a Great Dane. He's well trained, and he helps me out with my disability. And I was trying to figure out what I need to do, what Greyhound policy requires of me in order to pay my fare and get on the bus with him and make it all the way to St. Louis, Missouri without any issues or problems and be comfortable.
Okay. I know they allow service dogs and whatnot on the Greyhound. The thing is that I'm not a terminal, so I really could not give you the information on them because every terminal is different. So I would call that terminal and ask them sincerely.
Okay, so you're just not sure what the rules and policies.
Yeah, I'm not. I could tell you one thing, and then it's way different from what they have at the terminal.
You know what? I really appreciate an honest answer and not wanting to second guess, and that's great. So I'll thank you for your time.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead. Nope, that's the best answer I've got. So thank you.
Do you have a number to them?
Yeah, I've got the right number to call.
Yeah.
Thank
okay.
you.
Okay.
Bye.
You have a good one.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for calling Greyhound's Customer Assistance Center. Para español, oprimo número 8 ahora. If you're calling about a ticket refund, please press 1. If you're calling about lost, delayed, or damaged baggage, please press 2. If you're calling about fare and schedule information, please press 3. For all other assistance, please press 4.
4.
Please enter a selection. If you're calling about a ticket refund, please press 1. If you're calling about lost, delayed, or damaged, please
4.
hold while we transfer your call.
calling Greyhound Customer Service. This is Peterson. How may I help you?
Hi, I'm sorry, my phone cut out when you said your name.
Miss Peterson?
Peterson. Hi, Miss Peterson. My name is Dan. How you doing today?
Good, sir. How are you?
Oh, to be honest, I feel like I've been on the phone for a very long time, and I'm getting a little worn out. Here's my situation. I'm trying to get from Everett, Washington to Springfield, Missouri on Greyhound. And I've got a service animal, and I was wondering what you could tell me about what I need to do to be able to get on the bus with him without any issues and make it safely and comfortably to Springfield, Missouri.
Okay, sir. And you can go ahead with your question.
Well, I was just wondering what the service animal policy would require of me. I want to be able to just kind of go down to the Everett station and get on the bus with him and pay my fare and get on the way. Probably pay my fare before I get on the bus with him, but
right. So you would just need to provide that documentation that he is a service animal, and that terminal agent will ask you for the information and walk you through that process, so you and your animal can get on the bus there.
Okay. So what kind of documentation are you talking about?
Documentation stating that he is a service animal.
Okay. And do you know, I don't have any documentation for him. I mean, he's properly trained and he is my service animal and I am disabled. So I was wondering what type of documentation do I need?
Do you have any type of documentation from your doctor stating that he is your service animal?
Documentation from my doctor? Is that what I'll need to bring?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any other way besides bringing documentation from my doctor? Talking about I assume you'd want it to. You say from my doctor. Would that need to actually talk about my disability at all?
They just need some documentation stating, that he is your service animal. It can be, in regards to your disability and what he helps with, but some type of documentation from your doctor stating that he is a service animal, sir.
Okay. Boy, it's starting to get dark here already. What time is it there?
What time is it here?
Yeah.
Here it's 2:30, sir.
Oh, okay. 2:30 right on the nose?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. In any case, I did go down to the station. I talked to the agent there. His name was Andrew, and he was swearing up one side and down the other that I needed documentation, but I'd taken a look at the ADA requirements as well as the state laws here in Washington, and they both said that I don't need any type of certification papers or anything for my dog. He just has to be properly trained, which he is, and that he provides a service for me. He performs a task that I need for my disability. Is there any way at all, bearing that in mind, that you could try to help me out and help me just get on the bus with him and get where I'm trying to go?
No, sir, and I do apologize about that because we do require documentation stating that he is a service animal.
When you say we, you mean?
Because we don't know Greyhound. Yes, sir.
Greyhound. Okay. So Greyhound requires that, even though, I looked at the law, and I'll be honest with you. I talked to a paralegal. Her name was Doris. I mix up her last name every time I try to pronounce it. It's Severilin, I think. And she's a paralegal. She's not an attorney, but she is a paralegal, and she's familiar with these issues. And she told me that I shouldn't need any type of certification papers at all in order to get on the bus. So, bearing that in mind, is there any way at all that you could try to help me out and just help me get on the bus and get where I'm going? I'll pay full fare.
No. Yes, sir, and I do understand. However, that's just Greyhound's policy, that there is documentation is needed because no other animals are allowed on the bus.
Right, and
so we need some type of documentation. Yes.
Yeah, and I can understand and appreciate why you'd have a no pet policy, and that's fine, But he is my service animal, and he's trained right, and I'm really, I'm really just trying to get on the bus and get where I'm going, and I need him with me.
Yes, sir. Yes, I completely understand where you're coming from. However, it's just policy, sir, that documentation has to be provided by the passenger for their service animal.
All right, and again, can you? I mean, do you guys have a standard form or anything that I could get from you and get filled out, or?
If a form is provided, sir, then you'll have to get it from your station that you're leaving from, your Greyhound station, sir.
So you guys do have Greyhound does have a standard form for that, and I just need to go down to the station and pick it up?
I'm not sure, sir.
Okay.
I know that documentation is provided.
Okay. And
but it has to be provided by the passenger.
Okay. Do you have any recommendation as far as, I know you said maybe something from my physician, but other than that, do you have any recommendation as far as what type of documentation I go try to gather up? Because I don't have any. He's properly trained, but I don't have any documentation that certifies or registers him or anything like that as a service animal. Because my understanding is that the law says I don't need it.
Okay, so you don't have any type of any type of paper saying that he is a service animal?
No, I don't have any, because as far as I know, looking at the ADA and looking at my state laws, I'm not required to have it. So, he's been my service animal for, gosh, over 3 years, since he's been done training. And, yeah, I've never had to have papers for him before. I've never run into this.
Okay, sir. I do apologize. So the only advice I can say is something from your physician or whoever trained the dog.
Okay.
And then, when he finished training, did he provide any documentation saying, that he is trained and he is a service animal? Do you have any documentation like that, sir?
No, because I never thought I needed it. After I read the laws, I never thought I needed it. So I didn't. I don't have anything showing he's a service dog at all. All right. Well, I'm sorry. I forgot your name again.
Okay, sir. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No. What was your name again?
Miss Peterson?
Miss Peterson. That's right. All right. Well.
Yes, sir.
Gosh, I really just want to get to St. Louis, or to Missouri, but anyway, Miss Peterson, I appreciate your time, and I know you got to go by Greyhound policy, so I thank you very much. And if you got a family, or if you don't, either way, I wish you a Merry Christmas, and your family too, if you got one.
Okay, sir. Well, thank you for calling Greyhound Customer Service. You have a good night.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for calling Greyhound's Customer Assistance Center. Para español, oprimo número 8 ahora. If you're calling about a ticket refund, please press 1. If you're calling about lost, delayed, or damaged baggage, please press 2. If you're calling about fare and schedule information, please press 3. For all other assistance, please press 4.
4.
Please hold while we transfer your call.
Thank you for calling Greyhound Customer Service. My name is Miss Humphrey. How may I assist you?
Hi, you said Miss Humphrey?
Yes, sir.
Hi, my name's Dan. How you doing?
I'm fine.
All right. Here's the thing. I'm in Everett, Washington, and I'm trying to get to Springfield, Missouri desperately, and getting a little worn out, to be honest. I've got a service animal. His name's Diesel. He's my Great Dane, and he's trained. And I was wondering what you could tell me about the service animal policy and what I need to do in order to be able to get on the bus with him and not have any issues.
Okay, I'm not too sure what you need necessarily. I'm not too sure. You would actually have to contact the station for more information on that.
Okay. So
what type of papers you need or any of that.
Okay. Hey, I'm not sure what time have you got?
Right now we are Central Time, so we're 2:20.
2:20. Okay. Right on the nose then.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, thank you, Miss Humphrey. I'll go ahead and just keep making calls then. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Bye.
You're welcome. Thank you for calling Greyhound.
Thank you for calling Greyhound's Customer Assistance Center. Para español, oprimo número 8 ahora. If you're calling about a ticket refund, please press 1. If you're calling about lost, delayed, or damaged baggage, please press 2. If you're calling about fare and schedule information, please press 3. For all other assistance, please press 4.
4.
Please hold while we transfer your call.
Thank you for calling Greyhound Customer Service. My name is Miss McGee. How may I assist you today?
Oh, sorry, Miss McGee. This is Dan. We just talked. Oh, sorry about that. Bye.
It's okay. You have a great day.
Thank you for calling Greyhound's Customer Assistance Center. Para español, oprimo número 8 ahora. If you're calling about a ticket refund, please press 1. If you're calling about lost, delayed, or damaged baggage, please press 2. If you're calling about fare and schedule information, please press 3. For all other assistance, please press 4.
4.
Please enter a select. Please hold while we transfer your call.
For calling Greyhound Customer Service. My name is Miss McGee. How may I assist you today?
Hi, you said Miss McGee?
Yes.
All right, that's a cool, happy Irish name. My name is Dan.
Hi.
I'm not getting you too late in the day. What time is it there?
It is 2:10 p.m.
I'm sorry, it's 2 what?
10 minutes after 2.
10 after 2? Okay. I was calling. I'm trying to get on Greyhound. I'm trying to get from Everett, Washington to Springfield, Missouri. I've been having a little bit of a problem here because I've got a service animal. He's a Great Dane. He's a dog. He's trained to assist me with my disability. And I'm trying to figure out just what exactly Greyhound's policy is regarding service animals and what I need to do to be able to just go pay my fare and get on the bus and get where I'm trying to go.
As far as service animals, as long as you have the proper paperwork showing that this animal is a service animal, then you won't have no problem. Just show it to the bus driver, and they'll allow you and the dog to get on the bus.
Okay. You say proper paperwork. What kind of proper paperwork?
Yeah, basically you have to show the paperwork showing that the animal is a service animal.
Okay.
Right?
What kind of paperwork would show that?
Or service animal paperwork.
Service animal paperwork. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have any paperwork at all for my dog except to show that I paid my city dog license like everybody does, and that his rabies shots are up to date. But I mean, my neighbor's mongrel dogs have that. Even it's not service animal related. It's just dog stuff. But my my dog is trained, but I definitely don't have any type.
If I'm not mistaken, it's like the nearest veterinarian, they'll be able to issue some type of form stating that your dog is a service animal. The ASPCA, they issue out things like that.
Okay, so your idea is to contact a local vet or the ASPCA, and you think that'll solve my problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because I went and I tried looking. I'm in Washington, so I looked at the Washington laws about service animals, and they said that I don't need to have any.
Yeah, Washington is like the only state that's like that, where you guys don't have to show proof that you have a, service animal and everything. You don't have to have.
I'm glad you know that. Yeah.
Yeah, but for other states, that you'll need it because they won't let you. The bus drivers, they will not let you on with an animal because because of the policies and everything Greyhound has regarding pets. So that's why I say if you contact like the vet or the ASPCA, or if you remember where you got your dog from, they should have some type of paperwork stating this animal is a service animal.
Okay. Well, my dog, I've got his registration papers because he's a purebred Great Dane. He's about a $6,500 champion line dog.
I know it. They're so pretty.
He's a blue, too. He's gorgeous. He's my baby and my best friend, and he takes good care of me.
I bet you he is.
But
I love dogs.
Well, thank you. So here's the problem I'm having, though. It was Miss McGee, right?
Yes.
So here's the problem I'm having, Miss McGee. I looked at the state law, and it's telling me that I don't need any type of paperwork. I just need to have him properly trained, which he is. And then I went and I read the ADA laws, the Americans with Disability Act, and they're telling me the same thing, that I don't need to have any type of certification or paperwork or anything like that. And it even tells me that businesses aren't supposed to ask me for it. So I'm really trying to figure out, I don't know where to go get paperwork. I mean, you're suggesting the vet and the ASPCA, and if that's what I got to do, I'll go to them and see what they got. But
I mean, the state doesn't require you to, but Greyhound requires you to. So that it's different. I mean, even though the state doesn't require you to have that paperwork, Greyhound requires you to have that paperwork, regardless of the state.
So regardless of the state and regardless of the ADA, Greyhound requires it.
Yes.
Okay. Would it change your mind and get you to kind of help me out a little bit here if I told you that I did talk to a paralegal? She's not an attorney, but she's a paralegal. Her name is Doris. I always pronounce her last name wrong, but it's like Saravellan or something. And she told me that I don't need any type of certification or paperwork or anything like that for him.
You can go to the station. Here's what I can suggest you can do, because there's really nothing that I can do for you here regarding that particular issue. The only thing I can tell you is Greyhound's terms and policy. And Greyhound terms and policy is we don't allow pets on our buses. It doesn't matter if they're trained or in a cage or whatever. We don't allow pets. And if you have a service animal, you have to have some type of documentation proving that that dog is not a pet. It is actually a service animal. So regardless of what the state of Washington says, Greyhound Company says you have to have some type of paperwork showing that. Now, you can take the dog to the station and see if they'll allow you to get on the bus. But without that paperwork, if you're in Washington, as soon as you cross over that state line, if you have a transfer somewhere, depending on where you're going, they're not going to allow you to get on that bus without showing proper paperwork that that dog is a service animal.
So without
once you're out of the state of Washington, these rules apply, because our other states is not like Washington.
Right.
So that's the reason why we ask for you to have the paperwork. So when you go to, let's just say you go to Washington, you're in Nevada. Nevada requires you to have paperwork showing that your dog is a service animal. If you don't have it, guess what? They're not going to allow you to get on the bus. Okay. That's the reason why.
Yeah, trust me. Nothing against the great state of Nevada. I know a lot of people live down there and everything, but I'm trying to get to Missouri. So if I go through Nevada and I step off the bus to let my dog pee or have a cigarette or get a drink of water or something, and they won't let me back on for some reason, that being stranded in Nevada with all my stuff would kind of suck. So I appreciate that advice. And that's really just Greyhound policy, huh, regardless of what the state law says?
Yes, that is Greyhound policy, regardless of what the state law says.
All right, Miss McGee. I appreciate your time, and I really do hope that you have a happy holiday, and your family too, if you got one.
Oh, you too. And thank you for calling Greyhound Customer Service. You have a happy holiday.
You too, ma'am. Bye.
Thank you for calling Greyhound's Customer Assistance Center. Para español, oprimo número 8 ahora. If you're calling about a ticket refund, please press 1. If you're calling about lost, delayed, or damaged baggage, please press 2. If you're calling about fare and schedule information, please press 3. For all other assistance, please press 4. Please hold while we transfer your call.
Thank you for calling Greyhound Customer Assistance. How may I help you?
Hi, my name's Dan. What's yours?
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
I said my name is Dan. What was yours? I didn't catch it.
Miss McKinney.
I'm sorry, what?
Miss McKinney.
McKinney? Okay. I was calling to find out, I want to travel from Everett, Washington to Springfield, Missouri, and I was calling to find out what your service animal policy is, because I've got a service dog and I want to bring him with me. I need to bring him with me,
You
actually.
just have to have the registration paperwork just to show that it's a registered service animal.
Okay. Where I live, the only type of registration I can get here in Washington is everybody that owns a dog, not just service animals, but all dogs have to go get registered with the city. It's like $10 or $15 a year. But that's not a service animal thing. That's just a pet thing. So he's got that.
You'll have to have something that shows that it's a service animal to the driver.
Okay. He's also got his rabies tag, of course. But so what type of thing can I show to the driver, or what do I need to show to the driver in order to get on the bus? Because
anything that shows that it is a registered service animal, whether it's the tag that they wear or paperwork, just something that shows it is a service animal.
He doesn't have any special tag. He's got the same tag as my neighbor's pet dogs. That just says that I paid my little doggy tax to the city. It doesn't have anything to do with him being a service animal at all. But he's not registered or certified as a service animal in any way. He is properly trained, and I do have a disability, and I need him with me. And I would really like to just be able to go down to the station and pay my fare and get on the bus from Everett to Springfield, Missouri, without having to show any paperwork. Is there any way at all that could just happen and I could just be on my way with my dog like I need to be?
No, sir. It would have to be a registered service animal to travel on Greyhound.
Okay. Do you have any type of recommendation as far as what type of paperwork I go try to get to show them?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay. Does your policy have any standard form or anything like that?
No, the driver's just going to need something that says it's a service animal. There's no detailed form or specific form. It just has to be, the driver should be able to know that it's a service animal.
Okay. Is there any specific information at all that you think I should try to get on there for him?
No, sir.
All right, because I live in Washington. I looked at the Washington state law about service animal, and I also looked at the ADA law, the Americans with Disability Act. And in there, it sounded to me like I'm not required to have any type of certification papers for my dog. I just have to have him properly trained. And there's even something in there that says that companies aren't supposed to ask for that paperwork. So
well, Greyhound, it is a policy. You have to have the paperwork, so it's just going to be at the discretion of the driver.
okay. So, I mean, that is what the law says. The law says I don't have to have that, and it also says that you guys aren't really supposed to ask. I mean, would
you
would
just
that
have to take that up with the driver then?
Okay. I mean, would it matter to you if I told you that I went and I called yesterday and I talked to a paralegal named Doris Savellin, and she told me that I didn't need any type of certification at all?
No, sir, that wouldn't matter. It's at the discretion of the driver now, if you're stating that.
Okay. So still just Greyhound policy, I have to have it, is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm sorry, could you tell me what time it is, sir?
2:08 p.m.
2:08. All right. So there's no way I can just go pay my fare and get on the bus with my service dog without some sort of paperwork showing that he's certified?
No, sir, not per Greyhound policy.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. You have a happy holiday.
You too. Thanks for calling Greyhound.
Bye.
Thank you for calling Greyhound's Customer Assistance Center. Para español, oprimo número 8 ahora. If you're calling about a ticket refund, please press 1. If you're calling about lost, delayed, or damaged baggage, please press 2. If you're calling about fare and schedule information, please press 3. For all other assistance, please press 4.
Pressing 4.
Please hold while we transfer your call.
Thank you for calling Greyhound Customer Assistance. This is Mrs. Medlock. How may I help you today?
Hi, I'm sorry. My name is Dan. I didn't quite catch yours.
My name is Mrs. Medlock.
Midlock? That's an interesting name.
Correct. M-E-D-L-O-C-K.
Okay. That's a cool name. Anyway, I was wondering what you could tell me about your service animal policy. I'm wanting to travel from Everett, Washington to Springfield, Missouri. I'm not quite sure which states that would all take me through.
Well, the bus, sir, they're the only animals that we allow is service animals. As long as they have the tags and they're registered, you're fine.
What kind of tags and what do you mean by registered?
If they're registered with the service animals through the deaf and the hearing impaired or blind,
So
the disabilities.
So registered as a service animal for deaf or hearing impaired
Correct.
or blind? Okay.
Correct.
And is there a standard type of form that you want to see to show that they're registered?
The one that you already have provided with the license, they should be fine.
Well, I just have a standard license for him and his rabies tag, the same one that you'd go down for a pet and get at your city hall.
Okay.
That's standard for any animal.
It's really as long as they have the tags, they're fine.
Okay, because the tag doesn't say he's a service animal. It just says that he's a dog, and I paid my $10
okay.
dog
But
license.
yeah, you need to show proof. Yeah, you need to show proof he's a service animal.
Okay. Do you know?
What city and state are you in, sir?
I'm in Everett, Washington. Do you know what type of paperwork you guys would accept to show that he's a service animal?
Yeah, just registration.
But you're talking about more than just a pet registration, right?
Correct. Yeah, let me go ahead and give you the phone number to the Greyhound bus terminal so that way they can give you the proper protocol.
Okay.
Okay, the phone number is area code 425.
Okay.
252.
All right.
21.
2143.
Again, 425-252-2143.
Okay. So I'm just trying to understand here. where I live, everybody has to have every dog registered. You have to go down and pay, I think it's about 10 or 15 bucks a year to get your dog registered. But it sounds to me like you're talking about something else to prove that he's a service animal.
No, you have to register proof that they're for the hearing impaired or for the blind. You have to show proof that it's an actual service animal, not just an animal trying to travel because they won't allow regular pets.
Right. He's definitely not a pet. I'm disabled, and he's my service animal, and he performs a task.
Okay,
So, but I don't have any type of certification or registration like you're saying that would show that he's not a registered or certified service animal in any way. He's just he's been trained properly to be my service animal. So I'd really like to be able to get on the bus without showing anything and just say, he's my service animal, and I'd like to pay my fare and get where I want to go.
They just can't go by. I mean, they can, but I mean, it's just proper protocol, sir. They have to make sure that they're registered because I mean, there are a lot of people. What the rules are, they have to be registered.
They have to be registered. Okay. So, would you mind telling me what time it is there?
Here in Texas, it's 2 p.m. Central Standard Time.
2 on the dot? Okay.
Correct.
All right. I appreciate that. And one more time, your name, it was Maylock?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Miss Maylock. I appreciate your assistance. Just out of curiosity,
happy holidays.
Yeah, you too. But the thing is, here in Washington, I looked at the laws, and I looked at my state laws, and I looked at the federal ADA laws, and they tell me that I'm not required to have any type of certification for my dog. He just has to be properly trained, which he is. I mean,
correct, but just to show proof so it's not a regular dog, because they don't allow, if it's not a service animal, they won't allow them to travel. So I'm just saying, so there won't be any delays. Just have proof.
Okay. And would it matter to you
that they call their terminal? If they're ready, I mean, you can call the terminal, and then you can speak to the manager there, and then let them know.
Okay. I mean, would it matter to you that I tell you that I did talk to a paralegal that's familiar with these issues? Her name's Doris, and she told me that I didn't need any type of certification or registration for him. He just had to be my service dog, and I could get on the bus.
Correct. But, sir, this for protocol, I know, so your rights won't feel like you've been violated.
Yeah, I do.
No, so just, if you want to speak to the manager at the terminal, just let them know, that's fine.
All right. I tried that approach, and he wasn't too helpful, actually. His name was Andrew. He's the employee there. So.
But if it's your actual service animal, he has the right to travel.
He is, but I don't have any documentation saying he is. And I don't believe I should have to show it, but you keep saying.
Okay, well, we have a special number you can call if you have a disability or if it's for the let me give you that number. That way they can also document your ticket.
Okay, but one other question though. When you keep saying protocol, when you say protocol, are you really saying Greyhound policy? Is that what you mean?
But no, we have certain protocols, rules that we follow.
Because
they won't allow just animals.
Okay. So when you're using the word protocol, though, you mean Greyhound policy. Is that what you mean when
Correct.
you say okay. I was just making sure. So, all right. Well, thank you much for your time. You have a good day.
Have a great
Bye.
day.
Thank you for calling Greyhound's Customer Assistance Center. Para español, oprimo número 8 ahora. If you're calling about a ticket refund, please press 1. If you're calling about lost, delayed, or damaged baggage, please press 2. If you're calling about fare and schedule information, please press 3. For all other assistance, please press 4. Please hold while we transfer your call.
Thanks for calling Greyhound Customer Service. My name is Miss Maynard. How can I assist you?
Hi, my name is Dan. I didn't quite catch yours.
My name is Miss Maynard.
Maynard, okay. Could you tell me what time it is there?
What time is it here?
Yeah.
It's 1:50 p.m.
1:50, okay. Anyway, I was wondering what you could tell me about Greyhound's service animal policy. I want to travel from Everett, Washington to Springfield, Missouri, and I've got a Great Dane. He's my service animal for my disability.
Do you have any documentation that he's a service dog?
I don't.
Yeah, the only way that they will allow you to bring that animal on the bus is you've got to provide documentation that it's a service animal.
Really? What kind of documentation?
Just like anything, like from a physician stating, you know, that he's needed, you know, to calm you down or whatever it is.
So something from my doctor that discusses my disability and how my dog services it?
Mhm.
Okay. Are you sure about that? Because I'm pretty sure that my state law here in Washington, as well as the federal ADA laws, say that a company can't require me to have any documentation.
I'm pretty certain.
Okay. Because I called yesterday, and I called a couple times last week, and everybody keeps telling me I have to have documentation. So I went ahead and I talked to a paralegal. Her name was, I always get mixed up on pronunciation of her last name, but her name is Doris Severno, and she's a paralegal, and I talked to her, and she told me that I didn't need any documentation at all. I shouldn't.
As far as Greyhound policy goes, you have to provide documentation.
Okay.
Because really they're not allowed on the buses whatsoever, and the only way that you can get around that is you've got to provide documentation that it's a service pet.
Okay, and you say that's got to come from a physician. Is there any other type of documentation that you would accept?
I'm not really sure what else you could possibly get.
All right. And is there any way at all that I could get on the bus? I mean, I just want to get on the bus with my service animal and get to my destination. And I don't want to have any hiccups along the way, and I don't want to get there with my stuff and my dog ready to get on the bus and pay the fare and be turned away.
Right. I mean, as long as you can provide documentation that he's needed, you know, with your disability, then you won't have any issues.
Okay. Would it matter to you that Doris Severnell is the paralegal for Greyhound? I mean, would that...
I'm sorry?
Would it matter to you if I told you that Doris Severnell was a paralegal for Greyhound? That she works for Greyhound and she's the one that told me I didn't need any documentation?
Oh, this is corporate here, and so the policy we have to enforce here that you've got to have documentation.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Miss Maynard. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, sir.
Bye.
Thank you for calling Greyhound's Customer Assistance Center. Para español, oprimo número 8 ahora. If you're calling about a ticket refund, please press 1. If you're calling about lost, delayed, or damaged baggage, please press 2. If you're calling about fare and schedule information, please press 3. For all other assistance, please press 4. Please hold while we transfer your call.
calling Greyhound customer service. Yes, speaking. How may I help you?
Yeah, I was wondering, what can you tell me about your service animal policy?
Animal policy, you said?
Service animal policy.
Service animals. So as long as you have the the certificate for the service animal, then you'll be able to board the bus.
What do you mean certificate?
Service animal certificate, like a certificate stating that they are a service pet.
Can I just show up with my dog without that and get on the bus?
No, sir, not at all.
Not at all. Okay, and I don't have a certificate for my dog saying that he's a certified service animal. So I would like to just
I apologize. If you don't have the certificate, the pet would be unable to board the bus.
Well, he's not a pet. He's a service animal.
Okay, well, the service dog, service animal would not be able to board the bus without the certificate.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. Mine's Dan.
My name is Miss Garcia.
Miss Garcia, okay. Do you have the time by chance?
I'm sorry, the time?
Yeah.
It's 1:43.
Okay. So my service animal can't get on the bus without me without a certificate.
That is correct, sir.
Can you tell me where I can get a certificate that Greyhound would accept?
Now give me one moment. I'm going to have to double check on that one, okay?
Okay.
Okay, sir, I do apologize for the hold. Now, I was unable to retrieve that information. You'll just have to contact like, I'm not sure where you're located at, sir, but here in Dallas, you are able to get those, like, inside of the pets, inside of, like, where they service the pets, as far as the, like the grooming and all that, they have those available inside. They have like little shops inside of there. I'm not sure if that's how it is where you're located, sir, but I don't have that information. I mean, I could provide you with the information as far as Greyhound travels.
Okay, because I'm in Everett, Washington, and I was trying to get to Springfield, Missouri. And I have to bring my service animal with me, but he's not certified. He is properly trained, and I am disabled. And I would just like to be able to get on the bus with my dog without having to show certification papers or anything. Are you sure that the law requires him to be certified and that's your policy? Because I talked to a paralegal named Doris, and she told me that I didn't need any type of certification for him.
Yes, sir. You definitely do need the certification, only because we do not allow pets or animals on the Greyhound bus. So if it's a service, unless it's a service dog, so the service dog will need to show certification that this dog is actually a service dog.
Would it matter to you if I told you that Doris Severnell is the paralegal for Greyhound? I mean, if I told you that and I told you that she said I didn't need a certification, would you still require me to have it in order to get on the bus with him?
I'm still going to advise you, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm still going to advise you because that's how I was trained, what the policy was. So definitely you would need a certificate. I mean, if you want to hang up and give a call right back and see what the next person tells you, I mean, if you're looking to get a second opinion, I mean, I'm not sure of that issue that you just stated.
All right, maybe I'll.
I mean, anybody could board the bus with a dog and say it's a service dog if it was that simple.
Yeah, because the law specifically forbids a company from asking for certification papers, both my state law here in Washington and the federal ADA. So, all right. Well, thank you, Ms. Garcia. I appreciate your time.
Not a problem. Not
Bye.
a problem. Thank you for calling Greyhound. Have a great day.